morning, everybody. It is freezing today. When we woke up on the boat, it was all the windows were frozen inside. It was like going back in time from when I lived at home, you know, many years ago. That was when I was growing up as a kid and there was ice on the inside of your car. So we're all this here at the back was all frozen. So we were going to take you to Southport, and we found 10 places in Southport where we were going to travel to from the Narrowboat, and we were going to take you to all these 10 places and just show you a snippet of them all, because I love Southport and Tony's not been proper, but we decided it's far too cold. We don't want to drive. It's only 15 minutes from here, but we didn't want to drive too far, so I persuaded him to take me to a tea room, which is literally around the corner. But we're going to go in now, and it's only around the corner. And with one of the subscribers last week said give it a go, because the afternoon teas and the cafe's really nice. So we're just going to go around the corner and see what's there. It's really frozen here. You can see the water. It's just starting to defrost it back from the heat of the boat. But let's have a peep. Oh my god, can you hear it all crackling? Look. At least all the duck muck's frozen so you can't see. If you look there, it's just started to melt here. I think this is probably from the heat of our boat, because it's about 30 degrees. I love it when it's like this, because I love seeing everybody's smoke coming off the boats, you know, with the cosy fires on. It's lovely. I'm getting dead excited. Here he is. He's sulking because I've got his hat on. I've got a new hat on, a blue one that Cheryl made. Cheryl from Cheryl's Floating Crafts, Hakuna Matata, and I've got his hat on and he's not happy. So Cheryl from Hakuna Matata, you know, my lovely green hat she made me matching my boat, and she did a very kind gesture and made me one, and it makes my green eyes pop out. She made this one for Tony. We bought this one off, we placed an order and he wanted a blue one, but I've pinched it because it's so nice. It's lovely, and I've decided to pinch it. So I've got this one, but yeah. And Narrowboat Hakuna Matata, they've got a channel as well. She makes lots of lovely things. Cold, but it's lovely. Squeeze in, breathe in, Tony. It is so close, this. So as you can see, it says Chorley, and we are heading literally 2 minutes up the road to the Owd Barn. So a lot of people say to us, what is your favourite place that you've been on the Narrowboat? And it's not necessarily places that we've been to, because we're really positive people. We make the best of every situation, so it doesn't matter if you go somewhere you're not that keen on. Obviously we've been to places where we have moved when, you know, when we were close to having the boat broken into, and we've had coal taken off our roof. So there's, you know, but that's everywhere in life, isn't it? But we do tend to move on. But we like, and this is like going to go completely against the grain of what most people say on Narrowboat, but we actually prefer travelling alone. Not because we don't want to be around people, it's simply because we find there's not as much pressure and you're not having to think of other people. It's like we prefer not travelling with the kids because we have to think of them. I mean, they're not kids, they're 18 and 22, but it's just easier. So it's like, you know, we prefer doing locks on our own. Obviously you've got to save water and all that, but we prefer to do locks on our own and things like that, because we don't like, we're dead laid back and we don't like having any time restraints. So we find it's quicker if we do the locks on our own as well, because we have our own system. And although it's great to meet lots of different people and stuff, my happiest times and Tony's are when we're travelling on our own, where we're just sort of stopping, everything's spontaneous. We go, oh, have you seen that there? Oh, let's stop and have a look. So that's what we prefer. It's the moments like that where once we came back we were on the Sales Straits, and we came back and we were just stopping, and there was a coffee boat that we kept seeing, and we just stopped off there and had a drink and a butty and stuff. But it was it was just a really nice moment because we got all the time in the world and we weren't stressed. So do you agree, Tony?
You're being serious, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm being really serious. I don't know where.
I'm even interested in what you say.
I keep having sort of twist the camera and twist my head because my camera's broken on my phone, so I'm having to use Tony's, right? And I'm having to sort of twist my head and stuff like that because it's dead bright sunlight. You can see my beard and it's like white, so I look a bit like Captain Birdseye.
You also struggle to get your head in the shot as well, aren't you?
Yeah, my head's massive, as you know.
It is.
And we're laughing because we were saying, like, you know, it's not every day that part of your routine is plucking your beard as a woman. So it's took me 10 minutes to sort this out, but it keeps glistening in the thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
In the light, but you must never compliment a woman on a moustache. So here we are at the Owd Barn. It is so pretty. You can see, just look at it. We have been before, that we brought you here before. Oops, I've just dropped my phone. But yeah, it's such a nice place. And it's got something called the Spud Shed over there, and it's got all different shops in. Here we are. Let's go inside. Gorgeous surroundings. And that's the Spud Shed with all shops in. The girls were so nice when we came in here. The lady who owns the shop and all this area, she told us we could video, which was really kind of her. And then we've come into the cafe, and the girls here have just been so nice, and they were trying to get us a table where it was warm we didn't even ask, and they said, oh, we'll put you here if you want, where it's nice and warm at the side of the radiator. How kind is that? I love a tea for two. So we're trying to get everything in and do some little trips and stuff, because I'm having another foot operation, another new plastic toe in 4 weeks. I've mentioned my toe. So yeah, I'm not going to be walking again properly, so I'm going back in. But yeah, that was the nicest. We were made to feel so welcome. It was absolutely exceptional. The food was lovely, it was fresh, it was clean, really good prices. Highly recommend it here. So here we are. It's got a butcher's, it's got a farm shop. Oh, they've even got logs and kindle. I've never seen that before. Use that, all the painting on the wall. sweet home, and it is 25 degrees. It is absolutely boiling on here. You go through one door and you get on fine, and then we come through the other door and it's like itchy as though you're getting off a plane. So we can highly recommend the Owd Barn, which is in Rufford near Wigan, in between Wigan and Ormskirk, Chorley way. It was brilliant. We got served by a lady called Beck, and she's the granddaughter of the people who own it, and she was telling us that. I was telling her how nice the food was and how the service was nice, and I said the chips were absolutely gorgeous. They were the best chips we've ever had. Don't you agree, Tom? We thought they'd been like double fried or something, and she said to us that they're actually made from the potatoes grown on the farm, which we thought was bloody fantastic. And she, her mum's the chef there, her sister works in the farm shop, and her dad and her brother actually work on the farm. We just thought it was great, you know, the fact that they're producing things and then them selling it in the cafe for us to eat, and it's just brilliant. They're selling it as fresh and cooked as well. So we thought it was absolutely marvellous. We treated ourselves. Comes in like a nice little bag like that with it stamped on, and we treated ourselves to these glasses because they're short and dumpy like me and they don't tip over on the boat, so we got these for wine. Look a bit big, don't they? But that might mean we might have to have wine now, and it's something like 12 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is, but it's early. But yeah, we highly recommend it. People travel from far and wide to go here, as we know, because last week when I was coming from where our house is, which is in Goulburn near Lowton, not far from Haydock Racecourse, I thought somebody was following me because they came on the junction of where I lived, came all the way down the motorway, all down the side roads behind me, and after 20-25 minutes I rang Tony. I said, I think somebody's following me. And when we got to the corner for the Owd Barn, they pulled in there, and they must have been going for afternoon tea, and I thought they were following me because they'd been behind me for 25 minutes, but they hadn't. They weren't. They were just coincidence, and I was 5 minutes away from the boat. So it just shows you people travel far and wide. But the food was exceptional. Positives, lots of them. Classy, clean. Customer service absolutely exceptional. We've just left feeling really, really good, and we're definitely going back. And one thing that stands out to me if I go anywhere to eat, we don't like coming out smelling of the food. So you can smell it on your clothes, and sometimes when we've been places with me having thick hair, I can smell it in my hair, like the grease and the fat, and it was nothing like that. It was just lovely. So we're going to go back for afternoon tea. Absolutely brilliant, highly recommend. There is a butcher's, by the way, but I didn't get to video that because there was people all stood round it, and it was a really good butcher's. It's only small, but it's really popular, but I couldn't show that. And there is, it's called the Old Spud Barn, and they've got shops and that in there, but again, there was too many people to be videoing round, so we didn't put that in, but well worth a visit. You could spend a good hour there, an hour and a half, eating and stuff. So yes, that's all we've got to say. Negative, the only negative I would say, maybe just needed a little bit more milk for the tea. That's nothing, is it? You can just ask for it. And we didn't know that there was an upstairs, and we're local, so we're determined to tell everybody, get it far and wide, that there's an upstairs. Please go and visit. There is everything. If you want gifts for people, you cannot go wrong. I got my boots, my walking boots from there, and they were $44.99. I think I showed them in one of the clips. Brilliant, really, really good quality and sturdy, and a really good price. So yeah, thanks for staying with us today. We'll take you somewhere different next week as we travel from the Narrowboat instead of being travelling on the Narrowboat, which we will be travelling on soon. So it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Tony, goodbye from Forget Me Not, and as always, I've done it back to front. And as always, forget me not. Goodbye from Captain Bruce.